It all started with an unsettling noise. Late at night, when the house was supposed to be quiet, the family began hearing faint, almost imperceptible sounds coming from the vents. At first they dismissed it as the old house settling, but the noises grew louder and more distinct. Scratching, shuffling, and an occasional whisper echoed through the air ducts. They called in an HVAC specialist to investigate, but he found nothing out of the ordinary. Little did they know, the true horror was yet to be uncovered. One evening, as the family gathered in the living room, the youngest child pointed towards the vent above the fireplace. "There's something in there," she said, her voice trembling. The father, skeptical yet curious, grabbed a flashlight and climbed onto a chair to take a closer look. As the beam of light penetrated the darkness of the vent, he saw it, a pair of eyes staring back at him. He stumbled back in shock, nearly falling off the chair. The police were called immediately, and an investigation ensued. What they found in the vents would haunt the family forever. A man, emaciated and disheveled, had been living within the walls of their home for months. He had created a network of tunnels, moving silently through the house, watching their every move. The sheer terror of realizing they had been under constant surveillance by an unseen intruder was overwhelming, but this was just the beginning. The authorities soon uncovered a chilling connection between the man and the house's dark history. Some stories stay with you. They linger in the recesses of your mind, refusing to be forgotten. They haunt the edges of your consciousness, creeping into your thoughts when you least expect it. These stories are not just tales, they are experiences that leave an indelible mark on your psyche. They haunt the edges of your mind, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to resurface. They are the kind of stories that make your skin crawl, that make you question the safety and sanctity of your own home, waiting for the right moment to make your skin crawl. These stories are not just figments of imagination, they are real, and they happen to real people. Tonight I bring you one such true account from a listener who wishes to remain anonymous. Tonight I bring you a true account from a listener who wishes to remain anonymous. The story will make you question every creak and whisper in your home. It will make you wonder if you are truly alone, or if someone is watching you from the shadows. A story that will make you question every creak and whisper in your home. It started with small things, little, seemingly insignificant occurrences that could easily be dismissed or overlooked. It started with small things. Jake, our listener, began noticing food missing from his fridge. At first it was just an apple here, a slice of bread there. Nothing major, nothing that would raise immediate alarm. My listener, let's call him Jake, began noticing food missing from his fridge. Living alone, he chalked it up to absent-mindedness. Perhaps he had eaten the food and simply forgotten about it. After all, who would suspect anything more sinister? Nothing major, just an apple here, a slice of bread there. But as the days went by, the occurrences became more frequent. More food went missing, and Jake began to feel a growing unease. Living alone, he chalked it up to absent-mindedness. But then, the noises started. At first they were just faint sounds, easily dismissed as the house settling or the wind outside. But then the noises started. At first, just at night. A faint tapping sound coming from above. A rodent maybe? A loose pipe? Jake tried to rationalize the sounds, but deep down he felt a growing sense of dread. At first, just at night. The tapping was faint, almost imperceptible. But as the nights went on, the sounds grew louder and more persistent. Jake found himself lying awake, straining to hear the source of the noise. A faint tapping sound coming from above. A rodent, maybe? A loose pipe? But soon the tapping turned into something worse. Breathing. Heavy, deliberate breathing coming from the vents. Jake's heart raced as he listened to the unmistakable sound of someone breathing in his home. But soon the tapping turned into something worse. Breathing. Heavy, deliberate breathing coming from the vents. Jake's mind raced with possibilities. Could it be an animal? Or was it something far more sinister? Heavy, deliberate breathing coming from the vents. One night, Jake decided to record the sounds on his phone. He needed proof, something tangible to validate his growing fears. One night, Jake decided to record the sounds on his phone. What he captured sent ice through his veins. Someone was there, watching, waiting. The realization hit him like a ton of bricks. He was not alone. What he captured sent ice through his veins. Someone was there, watching, waiting. Jake's mind raced as he tried to comprehend the gravity of the situation. He knew he had to act fast. Watching, waiting. Jake called the police, but by the time they arrived, the attic was empty. They found signs of someone living there, a sleeping bag, food wrappers, even a journal. The evidence was undeniable. Jake called the police, but by the time they arrived, the attic was empty. They found signs of someone living there. The police searched the attic thoroughly, but the intruder was nowhere to be found. They found signs of someone living there. A sleeping bag, food wrappers, even a journal. The discovery sent chills down Jake's spine. How long had this person been living in his home, undetected? A sleeping bag, food wrappers, even a journal. But the most disturbing part, the last entry. He doesn't know I come down at night. He doesn't know I stand by his bed and listen to him breathe. The words were like a punch to the gut. But the most disturbing part, the last entry. He doesn't know I come down at night. He doesn't know I stand by his bed and listen to him breathe. The realization that someone had been watching him, standing by his bed as he slept, was too much to bear. He doesn't know I come down at night. He doesn't know I stand by his bed and listen to him breathe. The police never found the man. Despite their best efforts, the intruder had vanished without a trace. He doesn't know I stand by his bed and listen to him breathe. The police never found the man. But Jake moved out that very week. The experience had shaken him to his core, and he knew he could never feel safe in that house again. The police never found the man, but Jake moved out that very week. He couldn't bear the thought of staying in a place where his privacy had been so thoroughly violated. But Jake moved out that very week. To this day, he never sleeps without checking the vents first. The experience left a lasting impact on him, a constant reminder of the unseen dangers that can lurk in the most unexpected places. To this day, he never sleeps without checking the vents first. Maybe you should too. After all, you never know what or who might be hiding in the shadows, watching and waiting for the right moment to make their presence known. Maybe you should too. The next time you hear a strange noise in your home, remember Jake's story. It might just save you from a nightmare you never imagined possible.